Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Greetings, everyone. This is from Serge Delmar's Substack. I felt the need to read some of his Substack articles. Open letter to Neil Gaiman from Kid That Grew Up in Scientology by Serge Delmar, dated January 16th, 2025. Neil, it's time to confront the truth, not the sanitized version you like to present to the world, but the raw, unvarnished reality of the harm you've both witnessed and perpetrated. You were born into Scientology, trained as a Class 8 auditor, the elite rank of a system built on the manipulation and exploitation of others. This isn't just a footnote in your biography. It's a blueprint of abuse, a framework that teaches control, suppression, and denial of humanity. The children of Scientology, the kids like me, were never given a chance. We were born into this machine, expected to comply, to perform, to shrink ourselves into obedient vessels for the cult's twisted ideology. Our needs didn't matter. Our pain didn't matter. And when we dared to show the slightest resistance, we were told we had pulled it in, that we deserved it. That is why L. Ron Hubbard's doctrine demanded that children be stripped of their childhoods, their autonomy, their dignity. You grew up in this world, Neil. You saw it. You lived it. And yet, as an adult, you've chosen silence over accountability, evasion over truth. You've walked away from the wreckage, built a career, and created a narrative that conveniently glosses over your deep ties to the abusive system. But what you cannot escape is the legacy of harm that follows you and the way it continues to show up in your life. Because let's talk about the cycle of abuse. What was done to you as a child, the control, the silencing, the disregard for consent, is now being seen in you as an adult. The brave women who have come forward with allegations against you are holding a mirror up to the very system you were raised in. A system where power is used to exploit, where kids' voices are systematically silenced, where humanity is stripped away for the benefit of those in control. Breaking the cycle of abuse starts with accountability, real accountability that can be seen in the physical universe. It starts with owning the ways you've perpetrated the very harm that was done to you. It starts with recognizing that silence is complicity and that the world is watching, waiting for you to finally stand up and say just one word: enough. Do you know what it's like to be a child in Scientology, Neil? To grow up being told that your worth is tied to how obedient you are, to have your emotions dismissed, your individuality erased, your boundaries violated, all in service to a convicted felon's delusional false AF ideology? You may claim to have walked away from Scientology, but its shadow sure looms, large over everything you are still doing, choices you are still making as a full-grown adult that you are right now in the year 2025. So now it's time to ask yourself, are you going to let that shadow define you? Or are you going to use your voice to break free, to denounce the system that shaped you, to stand with the kids who are still trapped, still suffering, still paying the price for a system you know they never chose or consented to? Right now, all I can tell you is that your silence is what is actually deafening, Neil. But what's even louder is the pattern of harm that echoes through your actions. The brave women who have come forward deserve to be heard. The kids of Scientology who are still voiceless deserve to be fought for. You've had the privilege, apparently as alleged by you in court, documents of supposedly walking away, of building your life outside the cult. So what then is your excuse then? You can't just have it your way any way you want. That privilege came with a responsibility you've continually ignored, for God only knows what MF reason. It's time to use your voice to break the cycle of harm. Speak out for the kids stuck in Scientology who didn't have the ability to consent to audits, ethic handlings, or disgusting grooming courses. Until you do, your silence, your evasion, your refusal to take accountability will remain the loudest thing about you. No more kids in Scientology. Kids cannot consent. Accountability now. Neil Gaiman. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.